Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed. So a lot has happened. There's been a lot of traveling, a lot of work, a lot of sites to inspect, to visit, to instruct. A lot of things has been happening. And now there's one thing that's stood out to me. And this is a challenge I've had, especially with a lot of contractors, is that there's this big fuss that's made about cost estimates. Now, a cost estimate, they say, is an approximation of the cost of a project or a program or anything. That's a cost estimate, an approximation. Now, there are times where you may find that the contractor might be bidding for a job, be it the construction of a hospital, a school, rehabilitation works, whatever kind of project he or she is bidding for. Then the only thing that keeps them on their toes, or that keeps them very, very awake, is the issue of the cost estimate. It's like their main goal is finding out what is the cost estimate of this project. What's the estimated value of this project? Now, focusing more on the cost estimate is not always the best way to go, because you will be disappointed. It's very tricky to trust a source when you do not know exactly the scope of work that's involved in building whatever you want to build. So you'll find that there are situations where this individual might say, well, the cost estimate for this project is 1 million kwacha. So make sure as you are pricing this bill of quantities, it should fall within that range. But that's dangerous. You can make losses and you may be disappointed. Why? Because this is somebody who's just telling you how much this work is going to cost. But you are the person who's going to determine how much you want to do that work for. So, if let's say you're bidding for the construction of a hospital, and so you have bought a tender document, and so this tender document has all the bills of quantities in it, the main works, the external works, HVAC, electrical, everything. You, as you are pricing those bills of quantities, it's you to determine how much those works are going to cost. Why do I say so? Because at the end of the day, if you make a loss, if let's say you're misled by thinking the estimate is going to help you, the estimate is going to guide you, or because you want to win the job, so you want to fall under that estimate, you'll find that maybe the works might even be more than 1 million kwacha. But because somebody has told you that the cost estimate is 1 million kwacha, you go with it because you want to win the job. But there's no point of winning a job where you're going to make numerous losses. So that's why it's very vital that you, as an individual, as a contractor, you are the one to determine the value of the works, not an estimate. Mind you, there are different types of estimates. There's the order of magnitude estimate, there's the preliminary estimate, there's the intermediate estimate, there's the substantive estimate, and there's the definitive estimate. Now, in this case, of course, we're talking about the definitive estimate, one that's detailed. So one that's drawn from a priced bill of quantities. So if let's say somebody or a client comes to you and says, well, our budget says we are going to call this work, or the amount of money allocated for this work is 500,000 kwacha. We'll tell the client to say, give us the drawings, give us the scope of works, or the specifications, and we shall determine how much we want or how much we will be able to do this project. So it shouldn't be a thing for whereby you're intimidated when the client says, no, the budget is 500,000 kwacha. You say, we're going to lose this job. No, don't. ask for all the documents that you need in order for you to cost price this project. After you have priced, then you can tell the client to say, well, I understand this is your budget, but for us to do these works, this is how much we need from you. Many people are very deceiving and they are very confusing. Some clients might even want you to do a job at the cheapest, or because they don't want to spend a lot of money. So it's not wise for you to just say, let us be within the cost estimate. The cost estimate is the cost estimate, and the amount of money you're going to spend to do the job is also a different thing. So it's very important that in fact, it's not even advisable for you to ask for any cost estimate, anything. No, don't. But focus on work, how much you're willing to do that job to avoid any disappointments. Many construction companies have fallen into the ground, or because they underquoted for a job. And I'm sure you've seen some news in the paper where people have been complaining, or contractors have been complaining to say, no, these projects, they're funding us very low amounts. But whose fault is it? Who was pricing those bills of quantities? Is it them or it's you? You followed the cost estimate, but then the work is something else. So the cost estimate should not be your priority. Forget about it. Price the bill of quantities however you want to price them, however you feel like you can do the work for. The amount you put in there is for you and not the cost estimate. Jobs will always be there, but people are only going to value your work when you give them the price at which you want to do that work for. Yeah, so that's one of the things I wanted to outline. So make sure subscribe for more content